Seth Godin brought something up in his blog today that got me thinking. I started thinking about the way I start and end my day. And I've got some pretty good systems that I use to end my day, but my start of my day, not quite so good. I've got some systems that I go through, which are just fine, but basically the way my day starts is I come in, I check Slack, I check my email, I check my list of things to do, and I get going. And I realized that I think I'm doing myself a disservice. And so basically the thought I have is, what if we started using the concept of list journaling as part of our morning and evening routines to try to set our mind on a different path? When I say list journaling, what I mean is you're sitting down, probably handwriting, because it'll work better writing it by hand than writing it on a computer or on a phone or something like that, and doing some thoughtful list creation. So how about some ideas for first thing in the morning? So rather than make that first moment that I sit down at my desk be, okay, let's check Slack, let's check the email, just so that you know, Slack is over there, email's over here. That's just the way it works on my setup with my screens. And so that's why I keep pointing over here for Slack and pointing over here for email. And so here's a couple of thoughts of things that you could list journal to get yourself going. And what I'd love to do is, as I do this, I'd love to know your system. What is the thing that you do to get your day right off at a good point? Now, I'm assuming that you've already brushed your teeth and showered and dressed. And yes, we are wearing clothes and pants and things like that. And I'm assuming that you've already meditated and exercised. What I'm asking is, what do you do to get your brain and your mind thinking the way you want it to? Okay? So here's a couple of thoughts. All right. How about if you made a list each morning of what I'm most looking forward to that day? So especially the tough days, when you know that you're solid booked the entire day with meetings and you're going to be on Zoom all day long, and you're already seeing that at the end of the day. And by the way, I would make a rule that what I'm most looking forward to is the end of the day can't be on that list. Okay, what I'm most looking forward to today. How about this one? This one, Brendon Burchard. Who or how can I best serve today? Even better might be, who can I best serve today and how? So looking at your audience, looking at who you serve, and actually saying, what can I do, given what's going on in the world, to serve them today? All right, next, what's my most exciting opportunity today? All right, so what can I do today to make my life better? All right, how about this one? The one thing that will best move the ball today. So for my friend who lives in Norway, who constantly says, you Americans and all your sports analogies. So the concept of moving the ball down the field, what will best move the ball today? What will help my life, my business, my transformations that I'm after? What will help most today? Now, if you were to choose one of those and start the day with that, then how could you end the day with something? So here's one of the points that Seth made, is that people tend to doom scroll the beginning and the end of the day, where we go and look through all the news, look through all the negative things that are happening, look through Twitter, make sure, and it's like, you know what? Disasters can happen in the world and you don't have to know about them. You certainly don't have to know about them the last thing before you go to bed at night. And so how about, instead of doing that, we make the last thing we do at night be, again, some of that list journaling. Okay, how about this one? This is the classic one. What am I most grateful for? So there are very many planners out there that have a gratitude section for people to record what they're most grateful for that day. I love this. It's getting a little cliche. So how about this one? What if we were to journal, what are my biggest opportunities that I can see in the near future? You know, the next week or two, what are the biggest opportunities I see that are either coming down the pike or that I could create in the near future? So the last thought you have at night as you go to bed is biggest opportunities you can pursue, so that your brain spends all night long thinking about that big opportunity and what it could do to make that happen for you. Isn't that better than thinking about riots and people not wearing masks and people dying and those kinds of things? How about this one? God was pleased that I blanked today. What have I done today that made God be pleased? Interesting. My best moments today. So today, what was that moment where I was living my best self? Now, it could be that there are days where that list has nothing on it. I understand. And so maybe that turns into a resolution to do better the next day, and you do another one of these exercises. And by the way, I'm not suggesting you do all of these. I'm just putting these up as a set of ideas for you to think about that you may want to do. How about this one? I'm proud that I did blank today. So I'm proud that I called a friend who's sick. I'm proud that I sent flowers to my mom. I'm proud that I wrote that thank you, that note. I'm proud that I served someone this way. I'm proud that I finally did that task that's been on my to-do list for 2.5 months now. I'm proud that I didn't do something. And how about this one? What brought me the most joy today? So there you go. A whole list of ideas that you could journal morning and evening to start to set your brain where it needs to be. So if you journal it first thing in the morning, it sets your brain to achieving those tasks. If you do it last thing at night, it sets your brain to accomplishing those things during the night, so that when you wake up in the morning, you've got clarity, you've got ideas, your subconscious mind has started to do things, and all of a sudden you've got some amazing things going. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take and actually type all these into the comments. I would love to know what you have put in. So Alexa says, hanging out with you, Don. Thank you, Alexa. Love this concept of list journaling. Michelle Lang wrote, what am I looking forward to? Whom can I serve? Very good. Cool. Very good. Questions to ask Don in comments. Okay, very good. So all these are good things. I suggest you think about adding this. I'm going to try this for the next couple of weeks. Let's see how it all works out. And let's see if our lives become a little bit better because we decided to start and end our day the best way possible. This is Don Crowther saying, just go do this stuff.